Hello, all you Aquarians there. Happy New Year. And first of all, I want to thank you. Thank you for all your support for 2015. And I hope you will continue. And let's have a look at what the planets are telling us for the month of January 2016. Well, I think for you, it's quite a bit of a catharsis month when it comes to releasing something or a situation. Why do I say that? Because there's a little asteroid, Pallas. Pallas is one of my favorite asteroids actually, because it's about wisdom and it's about strategy, it's about cutting through illusions, it's about clarity, it's about I'm going to make wise plans, very strategic like a general, and because of that my choices are going to improve. The choices that are made are going to say a lot about me. Now, this little asteroid is traveling together with a lot of other planets in Capricorn in your 12th house. That's why I'm mentioning it. The asteroid is there almost a whole month, approximately. And so the sun is there as well, especially the first 3 weeks. And also Mercury going retrograde there. Now, when Mercury goes retrograde, it's a standing still. It's a standing still, and a lot of people think when you stand still, you go backwards. You hear that quite often in enterprises and in corporations. I speak out of experience. I hated it when they said that. But sometimes it is bad when you stand still, but sometimes it isn't. And certainly not when there is a Mercury retrograde. It's a good time to reflect. And actually, the 12th house is already a house of reflection. It's one of the most spiritual houses. It's a house we don't show that house. It's sometimes even for ourselves very difficult to understand that house because it's our unconscious. And there is a lot that we don't know. I heard that yesterday in a documentary that making a decision, for instance, it's now proven, well, it's proven for a long time already, but with scanning of the brain and so on, that they see that a decision is already made before we were aware of it. So that shows a lot about free will and destination, doesn't it? It shows a lot about do we have free will? These are questions that can bubble up throughout this month, because there can be some decisions that need to be made, probably with work and with friends, that are very difficult to take, and it means that it's very important for you. And so you do this gently, wisely, strategically, like with that little asteroid there in your 12th house. So it's a good time for you to let go of certain bad habits you have, of certain, how would I say, certain thoughts that are very negative, certain thoughts that are not helping you forwards. Those thoughts that you have, obsessive thoughts, and it can go to a peak around let's have a look. There is a new beginning anyway in your how you handle these energies around the 10th of the month, because there's a new moon there. But things will really, really improve for you when it comes to your mind and how you process information on an almost unconscious level, an intuitive level that is, after the 26th when Mercury goes direct. So there is like insights coming from the unconsciousness, you could say. Maybe in dreams, maybe in omens, but look at them wisely, try to understand them, and make a plan. If there is something that you don't like about yourself, that is a bad habit, that has to do with escapism, there is a good chance now to make a breakthrough with especially with the Mercury going together with Pluto. That is very catharsis-like. and it squares up to Uranus as well. So there are like really big things that you're going to let go. Whether it is a habit, whether it is a person even, or a thought about a person that was not true. And now all of a sudden you see the truth of that person because you thought about it very, in steps, in a strategic way almost, in a wise way. So a lot of depth in the month of January for you Aquarians. It's and at the same time a lot of energy that, so on a level that other people don't see, there's a lot happening on your inner level. A lot of clearing up, a lot of cleaning that you're doing. Maybe, you had a little bit of too much of party in December, and you're doing some, I don't know, how do those diet things, or I never try them, but anyway, so on another level, there is a lot of energy in your 10th house, the highest point of your horoscope in Scorpio. And Mars will be there the whole month, also in February, but then it goes into your 11th house and it goes back into the 10th. So it shows more emphasis than normal, because normally Mars doesn't stay that long in the same house, on work and on friends and aspirations, and on your, if you work for yourself, on your income that comes from the services or the products that you provide. So a lot of new stuff as well. So whilst you are cleaning up, cleansing, letting go, there's also new starts. And the new starts have to do with work. And the new starts have to do with for work, so a lot of people can start a new business, can start a new job, or can start something new, a new project that relates to your work, or that relates to your path in life that you want to take. But there's going to be adjustments later on. So it doesn't mean to say that you don't have to start because there are going to be adjustments. No, it just simply means that it's a good time to start new things. It's a good time to, maybe if you hate your job, just stop it. just look for another one. And so if you let it go wisely. So that would be having first another job before you let go of that old one. The wise strategy. But you do as you like, of course. But it's a good time to start something new. And later on, it may be possible that you come back to that idea or that project that you're doing, and you improve it a little bit. You adjust it a little bit more. Also with friends, there's Venus in the 11th house, which is nice, in Sagittarius. So a lot of love that you receive from friends and vice versa. Maybe a friend that you have an eye on could be the case as well with Venus there, or becomes a little bit more than that. Maybe if you want a relationship, go amongst your friends. Maybe you meet someone through a friend from a friend from a friend. Could be the case. But Mars is going to be there as well, that will be in March. So there is an emphasis on friends, but there is also, so maybe doing something together with friends, but there's also an emphasis on you restructuring friends' aspirations with Saturn there. And Saturn is your ruler. So there's a lot of restructuring going on your aims for the future. You, again, also that kind of planning. The Venus and the Saturn together in the 11th house is like planning, being wise as well. When it comes to your friends, when it comes to some friends becoming a bit more important to you, serious friends, and some of them that you say, look, I don't connect with them anymore. That's that. It's not because they're bad. It's just because you evolve differently from them. So, I wish you a very good month, you Aquarians. It seems a bit of everything there. Oh yes, last but not least, I almost forgot that I made a video separately months ago about Jupiter and the North Node joining together. They do that in January. And they do that in your 8th house. Again, a very deep house, a hidden house again. So there's a lot going on with you behind the scenes. And Jupiter is about expansion, and so is the North Node. Where the North Node is, we should go on that path. So what is the path with Jupiter and the North Node there? it's like psychological understanding of yourself. It's like a tremendous desire to understand yourself better, a tremendous desire to grow, to become a stronger version of yourself, because the 8th house is strength. It could be that, for instance, you have some fears, probably imaginative fears, because that's also the 8th house. And you will feel the tremendous desire to battle that and to deal with that. And it's going to happen in January. And, the months after that as well. But importantly, around January, there is like some kind of breakthrough, you could say. A positive approach, a positive attitude. Also the occult, the metaphysical, maybe you want to know everything about it with Jupiter there. You're going to explore, you're maybe doing some studies in psychology or astrology or whatever. Intimacy can also become way more meaningful for you, or the desire grows to become more intimate with a significant other. So these are very nice energies, and so yes, it's a month for you Leos with a bit of everything, and I think you like that. You're a fire sign, want things to go forward. I wish you a very good month, and thanks again for watching, and have a good month. See you next month.